Navy Guy 1. On one of the spiderweb visits, I was dancing and met a guy who was in the Navy. Come to think of it, most military guys who hit on me are from the Navy. Maybe they confused me with some big fat sea creature. He was cool. We screamed shut up and dance, and heaven is a place on earth at each other on the dance floor. He fist bumped me because we had similar jobs, and he was cute. I liked that he had hairy arms. Because I'd previously been with boys who didn't. Wait, liked is a strong word, I was intrigued. #weirdo. We kissed and exchanged numbers in the early hours of the morning after he ditched his friends to stay behind with me. I remember him saying, "Can I see you again?" at the end of the night. It surprised me, it felt like a confused, dumb and cute fairy tale prince was asking. We exchanged messages for a week after and talked about hanging out soon. He didn't seem too drunk when we met, but maybe he was and couldn't remember which girl I was anymore, or he had bear goggles on that night and thought better of it when he got home, because we never met again. Obligatory pic posted here to show I'm indeed not a hideous sea creature. Navy Guy 2, this guy was nice. I saw him online, we started talking. But the dating site was going through an overhaul where it was harvesting everyone's phone numbers yet again. If you didn't update everything, your account was assumed fake and was deleted. He and I exchanged a few messages and, as usual, my time on this site was sporadic based on my fluctuating level of disdain. The night before we were due to meet, we were setting a time, and the site yeeted my account. I asked another friend on the site to find him and tell him I was still up for meeting. He sent a message back to her saying where and when to meet the next afternoon, and if I wasn't there, he knew it was a bot/spam thing. We met. I knew, within seconds, it was unlikely I'd see him again. He spoke and walked like my best friend male, and it was, unfortunately, very gross in this capacity. I went through with the date anyway because maybe I was being immature. He told me about his cricket injuries and knee recross, and that he'd been working in the Navy for many years. I couldn't stop staring at the giant gap in his teeth when we ate pizza. It was so far apart. It was very interesting to me and I wanted to keep staring, but adults aren't supposed to do that. After an hour, it felt like we told each other everything and there was nothing else to say. At the end, he told me he was going to be working away for 3 weeks but he wanted to see me again. I said to text me when he was back. It was one of those dates where you need a second encounter to make the final decision because you can't tell if you're the asshole. And his teeth were cool. I got a couple of sparse texts while he was away, but then he sent one from a completely different area of the country than he'd said, and he told me he was extended for another week there. Didn't he already tell me that? Oops. Well, no. You've barely kept in touch. May. If you're reading this somehow, I've also forgotten your name. Sorry. Navy Guy number 3, he was cute. You could tell he'd never be short of female attention. After we were on each other's social media, he came up as a suggested friend to someone I know. She sent me a text saying, he is hot AF. When she found out how much money he made, she seemed to treat me with more respect. WTF? He was too cool for me, and I already knew what it was like to wait for someone younger to grow the fuck up, so I initially skipped over his profile, noting he had dumb hair in his main pic. He sent me a message. No, hey sexy. Or can I get you for Friday night? Yes, some guys solicit you like a prostitute. There was no bullshit compliment. You know, he gave the 12 other potentials he was rejected by before you. He said, hi, I''M_, and with that, he had my attention. We hit it off, liked similar music etc. We met up at a pub and ate a massive meat share platter because we'd been talking so much about barbecue in our messages. He was nice, respectful and funny. He texted me when I went to the bathroom to tell me I was gorgeous. I texted back, you drunk, bruh? And he said, yeah nah, not even. He was very cute IRL with incredible blue eyes. He'd send me crazy selfies from work and we'd have meme wars when he was on night shift because of my double life as a night owl. We'd pull faces and send weird selfies to each other. He had cool imagery in his tattoos. He sent me old pics of him in uniform. He'd been discharged recently, and we had military history in both our families, so we'd talk about that stuff too. We had a short, clumsy thing. That always felt wrongish to me, but it was kind of exciting. When I started to catch feelings, it was revealed, unbeknownst to me, that I was the other woman, and I found out via a post on social media. But karma is a bitch, and it bit him in that cute ass because he was dumped right after. She had been cheating on him and chose the other guy. I was mostly okay because it happened before I was invested, but we went into a strange reality where I was consoling him over the phone a couple of nights a week, and he was consoling me for what he did to me. Sounds like a shitty situation, but he was man enough to let me ask all the questions and get closure. Man enough to apologize several times and check how I was doing for months after, and vice versa, and we're friends somehow. I care about him getting a nice life, that I know he wants and deserves. He, since, has shown me so much generosity I can't even breathe when I think about it. I think we are soulmates, just not the way people think of that word. This man is my hero. All in all, the military/defense force men I meet are usually very nice, interesting, and can drink anyone under the table. Some are garbage too, but that was, most of, my experience. Smile. The same cannot be said for the man self-dubbed Mr. Passion. When I met him, it was off the back of friends hounding me to meet someone and get out there. Get my confidence back. My mom was on board, wanting dim grandbabies or something and telling me that I should move on and try to be happy. While my friend was Rolodexing, quick, someone add this to Urban Dictionary, the site. I wanted to do things my way, but my way wasn't working and I had no results, so I changed things up. And, yes, I regret it. TLDR, Navy men seem to be attracted to me. I may resemble a manatee or some other sea creature. I was told this once by a guy with no job, no personality, and who literally looked sick and malnourished like Wendell from The Simpsons. Yes, these losers exist. These dates with people are not in succession or in the same time period, let alone year. Dates does not mean hookups. You need to do more than just show up to get anything out of me. #TheWayitis. There's an unmentioned Navy guy I met when I backed into him while at a club when I was 18. I think we're still friends online, but he is happily married and now has a family. Sign up for the eventual newsletter where you get some weekly wrap up that you can read on the toilet or on the train to your slave gig.